Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of On Heater Podcast featuring myself, Dashing, as well as my good friend Kiwi. If you notice that we're a day late on the upload, well, it's not just because of, the week off from Thanksgiving. Then you could probably be absolutely hear it in my voice. I am sick beyond belief. If you could see it, Kiwi literally thought I was depressed or sick or something. And I'm absolutely sick, so it's a real pain in the rear. Anyway, as usual, we're two idiots blundering on about sports. I'm stuffed up to hell. But hello, Kiwi. How's it going?
I would say I'm probably doing significantly better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you're just not having a great time over there.
It's real tough. It's real tough.
Jeez. And what else has been really tough is catching back up to the quantity of news that we've had since we've been gone.
Understatement of the century. Yeah.
Like, good grief. It is like let's throw this out now. We've had to split it up, so we're going to be covering regular news today on this wonderful Friday recording, and then we will be recording again on Sunday. Kind of doing a check-in around each of the leagues, a little catch-up on standings and whatnot. We're going to revisit our trust or bust, hold 'em or fold 'ems, etc., etc., etc.
The good stuff.
So the fun stuff, yeah, exactly. So we will not to say that the rest of this isn't fun, but we will expect to see us again Monday morning in your respective spaces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for not TikTok, because we're absolutely terrible with that.
We're
and
absolutely
YouTube Shorts.
terrible. I mean, they're getting rid of TikTok in January for us, so.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't buy it, that's true. I saw that.
Yeah,
they upheld it.
Upheld it, so. Goodbye, TikTok in the US.
Goodbye, TikTok, because nobody's going to buy it. And if somebody does, it's not going to be anybody that anybody wants to buy it. So, but anyways, I guess let's get into it. So, we're leading off as per usual with the baseball news. We had a couple of trades. St. Louis acquired right-handed pitcher Armstrong from Tampa Bay for outfielder Carlson. And Cincinnati acquired right-handed pitcher Singer from Kansas City for second base India and outfield Weimer.
Pretty good deals. I mean, I think that both teams, definitely got a little bit out of it of what they needed. I think that KC definitely needed a pitcher. Or I'm sorry, they didn't need their pitcher. Cincinnati definitely needed their pitcher. Kansas City definitely needed some infielding structure. I think that's a good deal for both teams. I think that, Cincinnati, I think, gave up a little more, in terms of talent there, with the outfield and second base than what they're probably getting back for Singer. I think he's an okay pitcher, but I don't know. I don't think he was worth, those two guys, but definitely pretty good. St. Louis on the same thing, 1-for-1. I think that's a good deal.
Yeah, this Cincinnati pickup, I mean, this kind of just seems like they're more or less rebuilding, retooling, however you want to phrase it.
Yeah. Maybe offloading cap.
Right. They're just moving some players around, freeing up some space, freeing up some money, so that they can get going for the future. I saw a tweet whenever this St. Louis Tampa Bay one went through that neither team won this trade.
No.
They both lost.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care about it. They exist.
It's a very minor trade that really, that's about the time and attention that we're going to give it, honestly, because it's and then had a good chunk of signings. Juan Soto has not been signed. Come back for that in look on what will be Monday's episode.
Yep.
But the Angels signed Kikuchi, 3 years, $63 million. The Mets signed Montes 2 years, 34 million. The Cubs signed Boyd 2 years, 29 million. I just threw myself for a loop there. I'm like, what the heck is LVA? That would be as they will be next season,
Las
the
Vegas.
Athletics.
Yeah.
But will in the future be the Las Vegas Athletics.
Yep.
Severino signed for 3 years, 67 million, and the Dodgers signed Blake Snell 5 years, 182 million. And yes, before any of you ask, it's deferred.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
When do other teams start making these contracts for deferred money?
I will get into this a little bit more on Monday's episode, but I have the strong belief that the Red Sox bid for Juan Soto right now is going to be mostly deferred.
Oh, I bet. Honestly,
but have you seen, speaking of the Dodgers and their deferred money, that they are now over $1 billion of deferred money?
Yeah.
That's insane. That should not be allowed. There should be a maximum. There should be a deferred cap.
I'll get into this a little bit with my on a heater hot take, because deferred money in baseball is going to be my hot take. So we'll get into this a little bit later, but yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah, something has to be done. It's kind of like cap circumventing in the NHL to LTIR and so forth. Something's got to be done, but there's not really a good way to approach it without hurting somebody's feelings. So
exactly.
But that about does it for baseball. I mean, it's the off season, so it's slow, and we're still waiting on Juan Soto. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, there was another signing. The Red Sox signed.
Chapman. Aroldis
Chapman.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember how much that was for, how many years. I think it was only 1 year.
I don't think it was
I don't think
it was
it was 1 or 2 years,
contract,
I think.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money either. We just needed an extra pitcher, and that was the decision that they made. That's where I'll leave that. That's where I'll leave that.
1 year, 10.75.
Okay, yeah, so very, very just minor contract, which is great because we can get out of it very easily. But that moves us into a football, and I'm just kind of taking the reins here. But
yeah, I mean, I'm stuffed up. My throat's sore. Like I'm backseating a little bit here today.
We're a little bit of role reversal from when I was sick a couple weeks ago here.
Yeah.
So we did see we saw a couple of suspensions, but to start off with, we saw a suspension. Johnson from the Ravens suspended for 1 game because he didn't want to play against the Eagles.
Participation trophies nowhere to be found.
He didn't show up to the game, so he got suspended.
That's insane.
Which, honestly, is,
I don't blame him.
Good on him, because
I don't want to play the Eagles
slaughtered.
Either. Yeah.
Nobody wants to play the Eagles right now. They're hot.
Yeah.
And then moving into the injuries. Christian McCaffrey, he's out again. His little old leg couldn't handle one game. Or 2, or whatever the heck he played. Probably out for the season this time. He's looking like he wants to just take a back seat for the rest of the season and be able to actually come back next season and play some games, more than one. So hopefully that's what happens there. Dallas Martin to have season-ending ankle surgery. Las Vegas, Minshew out for the season with a broken collarbone. This is tough on an already struggling Raiders team. Although I do have to say, who's their backup? O'Connell?
Aiden O'Connell. Yeah.
He's looked pretty decent.
Yeah, if the refs weren't, wearing red like usual, they would have beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, true.
So
and then that brings us into the other injury / suspension. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence out for the season, initially with a concussion, but then decided to get his shoulder repaired, which he needed. at the same time. So out for the season with that shoulder surgery, technically. Al Shahir, however you say that. Yep. Apologies. Suspended for 3 games for that hit on him. And here's the kicker. No pun intended. The Texans organization, mainly their head coach that said this? Yeah. Said it's Trevor Lawrence's fault. And now I don't know how you feel about this.
I think it's really
probably
stupid.
Similar.
Probably
similar to me.
Did you see this clown's fucking post on Instagram?
Oh.
After this suspension was upheld, he posted a picture of the Joker and he was like, "You want me to be the villain? Fine, I'll be the villain." And it's like,
why would you post that?
You absolute clown, bro. You publicly apologized for the hit, for knocking out the season.
Before your coach said anything.
Before your coach said anything, while the suspension was being held, you know. And you're gonna post that, like, you are an absolute clown, bro. I'm sorry if you can't backpedal that. Like, just you already apologized. You already apologized. What are you doing?
Yeah, like, it's. So I get it, right? This new sliding technique that quarterbacks are using is not good.
No, it's not. No,
but he had every opportunity to not.
No, he didn't need to hit him.
Not hit him like that.
Did not need to hit him like that.
Yeah. So, anyways, I am quite certain that this news is not done.
No, we'll come back around to this, I'm sure. Something
will come out. Probably the biggest news since we've been gone. Daniel Jones requests to be released from the New York Giants.
Yep.
And they say, "All right, see you later. Your franchise quarterback, goodbye." And he goes on, it was like 2 days later?
Not even. It was like
something like that.
Yeah,
not even. Signs with the Vikings. So Daniel Jones is having he went from a 2-9 team to a 9-2 team.
Yeah, good for him. Honestly.
And he's not even the main quarterback. Literally, he's just sitting on the bench. Yep. So good for him. He's getting paid to sit on the bench on a winning team that's going to the playoffs. So
cool.
The probably second biggest news, Eberflus out.
I bet
finally.
You're super excited.
My smile could not have been any bigger when I read that news. And it was funny because I was at work and I live in Michigan, right? So everybody around me, everybody I work with is Lions fans. Mm-hmm. We were talking about the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah.
And we were literally talking about how, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, he's gone. I'm like, honestly, I'm not too sure just because of the way the Bears have handled bad coaching in the past, especially with Eberflus." Yeah. I got those words out of my mouth. I went and did something at work, and I looked at my phone 8 minutes ago. Eberflus fired. I'm like, you're kidding me. Like he was literally getting torched while we were having that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, when he came out and he was like, "Yeah, we handled that end of the game perfectly fine," like I was like, "Oh, he's done. Oh, he's done.
He's done."
They had a timeout in their pocket.
Yeah, he's still holding on to it for his next coaching job.
What is it like? What are you doing?
Yeah,
that was so wild. I could not
have been more mad at that game. Like literally, my in-laws were over. We're all watching the game. Like my whole family. And her whole family are all over watching the game. And even the Lions fans are like, "What are they doing? What are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "This is Bears football. Like what?" Like same old Bears.
Yeah, same old Bears.
So a couple of side notes on this as well. This is the first time in Chicago Bears history that a coach has been fired mid-season.
Yep.
Which is interesting. And this is also or should I say, our now interim head coach went from quarterback or passing coach to offensive coordinator to head coach in 19 days. 19 days. That's how much confidence they have in this man.
That's insane.
Yeah, which is crazy. I don't think there's ever been a coach that's been promoted that much in that short of amount of time.
Mind you, this is the guy that hasn't talked really much to Caleb Williams either.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then one other little note: the week 16, there's been a flex, so Denver and Chargers to Thursday night, Cleveland, Cincinnati to Sunday. So I believe that's both the primetime games, and they just flip-flopped them, which is also the first time that a Thursday night game has ever been flexed.
I like it. The Denver Chargers game is going to be good.
That's going to be good. And honestly, the way that Cleveland's looking as of late, that might be a good game too, to be honest. So
yeah.
But now it's time. Everybody missed it last week for our preheated primetime preview, and we're a little late on this one already too. Womp womp. So yesterday's game, Packers at Lions. I would have easily had the Lions on this. I'm assuming you're in the same ways. Yeah. Which they won.
They did.
Sunday 8:20 game, Chargers at Chiefs. You can't bet against the Chiefs, unfortunately.
I'm taking the Chargers.
I would love to say the Chargers. I would love to say them, but I know this.
I know too. I do too. And the refs are absolutely like Sunday Night Football. Ain't no way the refs in the NFL are going to let the Chiefs lose. But I gotta believe a little bit that this shitbag Chiefs team. Like, you can't honestly watch this team and tell me that they're like an 11-1 team or whatever right now, because they're not playing like one. They're not.
They're the worst 11-1 team I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then Monday's game is Bengals at Cowboys, and I will have the Bengals on this as well, as I see you typing their name on there.
Yep. Easy.
Yeah, the Bengals are just much better team here. I mean, the Cowboys don't have Dak. They're done. They're done.
I'm gonna take the bye week over the Patriots.
Yeah, I will also take that. And then that brings us to Bears 49ers. I get the Bears.
Yeah?
We're looking good lately. The Eberflus aside, we're looking good.
I'm actually not going to lie to you. I think the 49ers this season are there to be had. I'm also going to take the Bears. They're there to be had. They're not
the 49ers, still the injuries, man. The injuries.
It's relentless.
It's so insane.
It's relentless on
them. I'm realizing now as we're going through this, it's actually probably a good thing that we missed out on last week's primetime games, because it was such a disaster with 3 games on Thursday, a game on Friday. It would have just been weird for the whole record keeping.
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
So it worked out. So that does us for football. We're done with baseball, done with football. We're zooming. On to hockey. Quite a few trades here, especially a big one that we will get into that happened today. Great thing that we were actually late, because a lot happened today.
A lot of news happened today.
Pittsburgh receives Tomasino from Nashville for a 4th round in 2027. Colorado literally. Colorado receives Wedgwood from Nashville for a Noonan and a 6th round from 2025. Nashville receives Ralston from Chicago for nothing, hence future considerations. And Minnesota receives Jiricek and a 5th round in 2025 from Columbus for Hunt. 2025 first, 2027 second, 2026 third, and 2026 fourth.
Nashville making all the moves.
Yeah, Nashville making a couple of moves here. Three actually.
What are they gearing up for?
Um,
What are they gearing up
to
for?
start getting rid of some of their bigger players.
I think so, absolutely.
Um,
I think trade deadline, they are going to be
Nashville's
absolute
going to go nuts.
mover.
It's going to be crazy. They're going to be flipping people. They're going to be bringing in people. They're going to be busy as all get out.
I think Columbus is also going to be big in the trade deadline with what they have in the draft slots. I don't think they're going to hold on to a lot of those.
Yeah, and we'll get even into Columbus a little bit more at the end of the hockey segment here too, because there's an interesting note with one of these regarding Columbus, who are looking good.
They look pretty good.
Honestly, for having absolutely no team, basically,
pretty good.
They look good.
Tragedy does something for you.
You know, it literally. And Olivier, heavyweight, scoring goals.
Yeah.
Playing like a god.
He's showing up, and that's what they need.
I hadn't realized until I think somebody interviewed him or something, or somebody was reading some stats off or whatever. And I'm like, holy crap. Like he's having a season.
He's legit, man. He's legit.
Like a fourth line heavyweight dude is out here balling out. So it was kind of crazy. But all right, we're going to zip through injuries. We're going to zip through non-injuries, which that will make sense in a second. Buffalo, Dahlin day-to-day with back spasms. Carolina, Coach Chetkov out after a scary collision. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
He has since returned, I believe. If not, he's returning this weekend. Seattle, Eberle's out 3 months from a pelvis surgery. That's a big hit for Seattle. Dallas, Sagan out 4 to 6 months with hip surgery. It is the same hip surgery that Patrick Kane had. And then let's see here. All right, here we go. Carolina, Jarvis activated from IR. Detroit, Patrick Kane, IR 2 weeks for upper body, activated 12/5. Vegas, Mark Stone, activated from IR. St. Louis, Broberg, activated from IR. Montreal, Laine, activated from IR, who's killing it already, by the way. He looks great. The biggest one on this list, Vancouver, Thatcher Demko is back,
He's
baby.
back.
Oh, Vancouver needed this.
Big boy back in action.
And I don't know if you've been watching too, but Elias Pettersson is looking great again.
Yeah, he's showing up.
Dude deleted his Twitter account, and now all of a sudden he's scoring goals.
Twitter is a cesspool, dude.
It is. It's terrible. Like, why are they on there? But yeah, Laine looking great, scoring goals. Did you see how emotional he got after Montreal's reaction to his first goal with them? Mm-hmm. Oh, that gave me chills when he scored in that crowd. Oh, it gave me chills.
It was nice. That was nice.
I'm happy for Laine. I'm really happy for Laine. Seems like he's found a new home that he's going to be there for probably a while, and they love him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then one last little injury note here: Alex Ovechkin, no cast or crutches for his broken leg, and he's freaking skating. And he's not out there just, little tippy taps back and forth, pushing himself around. No, he is skating.
Yeah.
He's flying around. Like, dude's already healed. Like, what? Yeah, albeit he's non-contact still, but like,
is,
oh my gosh, they're
real.
crazy. They're crazy.
It's
They're
real.
crazy. I'm not going to get into it here because I don't want to get canceled, but
yeah.
You all know the connotation here. Then we saw a couple of firings/hirings. Well, actually, we covered one of the firings last week. Or did we? Did we?
Oh,
I don't think we did.
Montgomery? No, we didn't.
No. So Montgomery got fired in Boston. In case no one saw that. But we'll loop back to that. Richardson today got fired from Chicago.
Yep.
Sad to see because he's actually a pretty good guy. I'm laughing because it's Chicago. But in terms of Montgomery, got fired from the Bruins. 5 days later, gets hired by the Blues, who in tandem with that fire Bannister.
Yep.
And now the Blues are the best team in the world, apparently. We're like 4-0-1.
He's a good coach.
Since he got hired.
He's a good coach, and he lost the Boston locker room. But I also sit here and I think, how much of that was he trying to play up to try to get fired? I mean,
oh God,
he definitely.
people.
No, I'm just fucking with you. No, I'm not. No, I don't think that's true. I do think that's a funny. Think so. I think it's a funny rumor. Like, oh,
he definitely had it in the back of his mind the whole time, right?
Oh,
it's like,
absolutely.
If I get fired, I absolutely know that Doug Armstrong wants me to come coach the Blues. Like, he knew that.
He knew that.
But absolutely. I don't think he let that affect his coaching.
No. I don't think so either. I think that the Boston, he just lost the Boston locker room. I think that's just what happened.
Yeah, I agree. So some big moves here. Now, on for the biggest news of hockey.
Oh, this was big, and I'm kind of glad we're doing this today.
The Rangers are absolutely reeling.
Yeah, they are.
And, they said, hey, we're moving people. Truba's up there. Trocheck's up there. They said somebody else too, I think.
Yep.
The fans are outcrying for Mika Zibanejad to be traded, and I'm right there with him. I think he should just not even be playing in the league right now. He's so bad.
It blows me away that they moved on from Trouba, and they still have Zibanejad.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Insane.
Trouba was traded to Anaheim for a Russian. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Vakanian?
Actually, I don't think that's Russian. I think that's like Swedish or
I think it is.
It's Scandinavian.
Vakanainen.
Vakanainen.
Somebody out there is like,
whatever.
Idiots.
I'm so sorry. There's a lot of A's and N's and K's. Yeah. It's scary. And a fourth in 2025. This is great for Trouba, honestly.
Good move for Trouba. Nice young team.
He gets to go to a quieter market, a younger team. He gets to be paired up with Radko Gudas, and they get to just slaughter people on the ice together. And he's not a captain. He doesn't have the captain pressure anymore.
Nope. No, he doesn't.
He's going to pop off, and New York's going to be punching the air.
I think
they still have Mika Zibanejad and no longer have Jacob Trouba.
I think Trouba's going to do real well in Anaheim with Gudas on his side.
I think he's going to kill it. I mean, he won't be paired with Gudas,
right?
But,
yeah.
Like, I saw somebody on Twitter today after this happened. When the Ducks tweeted out there, like, "Hey, welcome Jacob Trouba to Anaheim," blah blah blah. Somebody commented and said, "Why are we trading for a fourth rounder or a fourth line?" And I'm like, "Bro, he's a defenseman. How's he a fourth liner?" What?
Huh?
I'm like, Jacob Trouba is better than half your freaking team.
Trading for a fourth line defenseman? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, literally. So Anaheim fans are already fired up one way or the other about this, but
Anaheim fans are confused because they don't know what hockey is.
Well, they're going to learn real quick. Jacob Trouba's going to teach them what hockey is real quick. And then right after this comes through, our boy Shatterskin, it's done. The deal, it's done. Extension 8 times 11.5. Congrats, Igor Shesterkin. You are now the highest paid goalie in history.
Reset the market. He did it.
Is this really a reset, though, or is this an outlier? This is Igor Shesterkin. He is debatably the best goalie in the league.
He is, but the next time, a Vezina winner comes around, or one of these guys comes around, they're going to be looking for this. They're going to be looking for this.
Is this what Connor Hellebuck's next contract looks like?
Probably. I'm not going to lie to you. It's probably it. But we're probably looking at like 11, 11.5, even maybe like 10.75.
This is hilarious because I just had this thought, and this is just the blue homer in me.
Yeah.
I just thought in my head I would pay $11.5 million to Hofer as soon as Bennington retires. I love Hofer so much. I'd go to war for him.
Oh my lord.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, like, It's got to be Hallebuck, right? It's the
It's
next
gotta be.
big signing.
It's gotta be.
I mean, he's still got a couple years left on his contract, but everybody else is wrapped up pretty tight.
Everybody else who's like signed.
It's just recently signed. Yeah, all the big names are recently signed. I mean, Vasilevsky is probably not going to sign for this because he's starting to get older. He still has a couple years left. Freddie Anderson's definitely not going to sign for this. I mean, Kochetkov in the future, if he continues to be really good.
Okay, so
but he's still too young.
Hellebuyck definitely will get something like Andrei Vasilevsky. I don't think so. I think he's locked up, right?
Yeah, he's got a couple more years. I want to say he's got 3 years left.
Swayman signed. Sorokin.
Swayman just signed. Sorokin is still. I don't think Sorokin makes 11.5.
I don't think so either.
Stuart Skinner,
Demko,
no.
maybe if he's healthy.
Demko could see Demko. Yes, could see Demko. Maybe not for the term, but for the amount.
Didn't Bob just sign a contract, or is he due?
So Demko has the rest of this year and next year.
Okay.
Ottinger's signed too.
What about Bob? Sergei Bobrovsky?
I don't think he's gonna re-sign for very long. He has the rest of this year and next year as well. He's at 10.
He might get a big contract.
So I could see him. He's also 30. He'll be 37 at the end of his contract.
Oh, well, maybe not.
I could
maybe
see
not
him
an 8-year deal.
I could see maybe like a.
I forgot he was
1
old.
year, $8 million. Yeah, he's up there.
Soros just signed with Nashville. And then who else is there? Olmark? But Olmark just signed too.
Olmark just signed. Ottinger just signed.
Swayman just signed. So Vasilevsky and Hellebuyck?
Here's a toss. At the end of his contract in 2027, Jordan Binnington will be 33 years old.
Yeah. He doesn't sign something like this.
He's at $6 million right now.
I mean, maybe like 4 by 7, 4 by 8.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I could definitely see him signing like a 2 times 10 or something like that.
I can see 2 times 10.
I'm trying to think of anybody else that would be. Cam Talbot. How much longer does he have? He's been balling out in Detroit.
He has, but I don't.
2.5. Oh, he's 38 at the end of his contract. So yeah, I forget he's a journeyman. He's been around for a long time. Oh, I mean, possibly.
Well,
oh my gosh, what's his face? What's his face from San Jose? Not Mackenzie Blackwood, the rookie.
Oh my god.
I cannot think of his name. It's gonna drive me crazy. He's in the Barracuda. Yeah, he's at the Barracuda.
Yeah, the one they just traded for. Askarov. Yeah. They just signed him.
If he pans out, definitely him.
Yeah. Didn't they just sign
I know.
him?
Yeah, they just gave him a 3-year or something like that. Gustafson just re-signed recently.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that we have 2 options there, and I think those are those two that we just named.
Montembeault.
Maybe, yeah.
I could see him in the future. I don't know what his contract looks like. How the heck do you spell his name? There we go. He's 30 at the end of his contract, and he's at 3.15 right now. So maybe not.
Probably not.
But he's balling. He's definitely gonna get a pay increase. He's balling out.
Yeah, I think Vasilevsky and Hellebuyck are and Demko. I think are the likely candidates to get a big.
Did I check Demko?
No, I don't think so.
Let me check Demko real quick. Yeah, $5 million. He's 30 at the end of his contract. I could see Demko. Maybe not quite that much though. Maybe like the 9.5 area.
Yeah.
I really can't think of really anybody else that stands out. I can't think of anybody. So that's it. I think that's it. I think we nailed down who it was. And then finally, the last news on this Rangers topic. Somebody's getting shopped. And it's Brady Tkachuk. Which is just absolutely wild. I don't think Ottawa moves on from him. Because I think they know what they have. But at the same time, Matthew got moved to Florida.
I think he's a young stud. I don't think Ottawa makes a mistake like that with Brady.
And say what you want about him being a man toddler and having temper tantrums or whatever. He's a damn good player.
He's good. He's good. And Matthew did get moved to Florida. That's true. But I don't think Ottawa moves on from Brady. Not gonna lie.
No, I don't think so. But at the same time, everyone has a price.
It's true. That's true. They could.
And
They
it
could.
is
They
the
could.
Rangers.
They could pay it. Imagine they trade Zibanejad.
Oh, God.
Could you
There's
imagine
no way.
Ottawa?
There's no way Ottawa would take that. There's no
Ottawa
way.
would get absolutely hounded by everybody if
I don't
they
think
did
they
that.
can move Zibanejad because I don't think literally anybody wants him.
No, I don't think so either.
Columbus might take him just because they have so much cap space.
I don't think they will.
Oh, you know what? I just had another thought. Aiden Hill.
Not bad.
I could see him getting it. I could see him getting it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Logan Thompson's too old, but
Yeah. All right. I'll take it.
oh my God, Logan Thompson's at league minimum.
That's a steal.
He'll be 28 at the end of his contract expires at the end of this year. He's 28. He's at league minimum.
That's absolutely criminal. Holy shit.
Give this man some money. And the way he's playing right now with the Caps, oh my God, they're gonna pay him like crazy. Anyways, I just had those thoughts of Aiden Hill and Logan Thompson just burst into my brain. So, but that's it for hockey. 3 down, 1 to go. Basketball was very light. Other than the 1-game injuries, 2-game injuries, etc., that we're not going to cover because half the time, by the time we go to cover them, they've already been back and played a game or two. But Milwaukee, Middleton set to return tonight, actually. So that's great to see them, and they've found their stride too. So he's coming back at a perfect time. Phoenix, of course, KD is once again out right after he returns, out for at least a week.
You're having a bad time. You're having a bad time.
Why did I pick the Phoenix Suns?
It's all right.
Oh, it's killing me already. I haven't even been a fan for a full year. Anyways, did you see this about the Houston Rockets? Udoka and Sengun both fined for language towards a ref.
Yep.
And Eason fined for confronting a fan.
Bro.
There was $100,000 worth of fines thrown out between the 3 of them.
Absolute fucking clown show down there.
It's like, what is going on in Houston? Like, you guys aren't even that bad of a team either. Like,
no,
what are you doing?
No, they're not. And I think that's the funny part about it is they're a pretty decent, halfway decent team. And they are absolutely throwing it away. Yeah. Acting the way they are.
In some exciting news, the NBA will be returning to China next year. 2 preseason games, Brooklyn versus Phoenix for both of them. That'll be exciting to see back in the China market again.
Yeah, very cool.
And then some not so great news, but also kind of okay. Announced that Woj has cancer. Initial prognosis is good, though.
That's rough. That's rough.
So this is obviously clearly why he decided
Yeah.
to retire.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, tough to hear. Glad to see that the prognosis is good, though. Outlook is looking good. So, I know that the whole NBA community is definitely behind him, supporting him. So that'll be good. But that brings us to our On the Heater hot takes of the week. We're through the news. Do you care to go first, or you want me to just keep rolling?
I can go first. My On a Heater hot take of the week. We are going back to baseball a little bit. I want to talk about the LA Dodgers. They are ruining the market. They are ruining everything with this deferred cap space, this deferred money. You know, telling people like, hey, here's $1 billion on our payroll, but we're not actually paying these guys until like however many years
Some
from
of them
now.
are through like 37 or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like they are absolutely like I just think it's ruining the game. I think it's ruining the free agency because like they're throwing out these insane contracts. Like you're gonna tell me like they're in on Juan Soto, right? They're gonna give this guy what 11 years or 12 years, $700
$1
million.
billion.
Yes, well 700 million is the guesstimate right now of what the Red Sox are roughly at. And like you're telling me the Dodgers are going to go 700 mil and then defer it like through like 2070 or something like that. Like I don't know. I just think it's stupid. I think the whole league needs to lock down on the amount of deferred money that you can do. I think that they need to inquire about doing a little more of a hard cap than this loosey goosey what is it, the tax cap or something like that.
Yeah, whatever that gets called.
It's freaking stupid. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. I just think baseball needs to fix their cap because some of these contracts are getting stupid. Like they're just getting ridiculous, and deferred money is not helping.
It's a very unhealthy stance on the game. In a sport that's already kind of struggling to keep up.
Yep.
So
and the Dodgers proved it last year. Open your pocketbook and you can win.
Unfortunately, but at least the Yankees didn't win.
At least the Yankees didn't win.
But yeah, I agree. Honestly, like, not that that's not a hot take, but I'm definitely right there with you on it. So my hot take. Edmonton Oilers are going to miss the playoffs.
Ooh, okay.
Don't look now, but they're in 5th in the Pacific. I'm not quite sure where they're sitting in the wild card race. Let me take a little peek-sees real quick here in 2 seconds. They have the 2nd wild card spot right now. 2 points ahead of the Colorado Avalanche and the Blues. 3 points ahead of the Kraken. They are 1 point behind the Calgary Flames for 3rd in the Pacific. So they moved up a little bit. They must have won the other night. But I really think they're not going to make it. Which is crazy. They've just been too inconsistent this year. Like, yeah, they started off bad like they did last year, and then they kind of picked it up again. You know, Leon Draisaitl carried them through that Connor McDavid injury. But it's just, I'm not confident in this team.
Yeah.
Can you honestly just look and be like, yes, that was the team that made it to the Stanley Cup final last year?
No, I can't.
No, you can't. Other than the fact that Connor McFreaking David is on their team. You can be like, oh yeah, he probably carried him there. Which essentially he did.
He did.
But
carried that team on his back.
It's just they look terrible. The only reason they're winning games is because they're just straight up outscoring the other team. Skinner doesn't look great. They don't have a defense, honestly. Like Nurse is playing okay, I guess, when he's not getting his head beat in. So I just am not confident in this Oilers team, and I know that's gonna probably upset a lot of people, but
It's fair take. It's a fair
you
take.
can't honestly sit there and say that this is a team that finished second place last year.
It doesn't feel like it. They started off slow and they just
went to Game 7 against the winning team, might I add.
Yeah, and they
like freaking Panthers.
They didn't even play, like they were there. I feel like honestly they're in a slump. They're in the Stanley Cup slump, just like I was saying. Before the season started, they were going to start slow. I mean, do they pick it up towards the end of the season? Maybe, but I guess we'll see.
It's about this time last year that they went on that 17 game run or whatever. So
yeah,
it's possible, but I'm not confident at all.
We'll see.
We'll get a little more into this, I guess, whenever we do the standings for the Monday episode. But
yeah,
that's my hot take of the week. On to our sports bets by DraftKings. Not sponsored, not sponsored.
Sponsor us. My sports bets of the week. I got 2 football ones for this week, for Sunday. I have first, it just means more plus 1061. Brock Bowers over 71.5 reception yards. Devonta Smith over 47.5 reception yards. Kyle Pitts over 34.5 reception yards. Jalen Waddle over 45.5 reception yards. I think that's not a bad bet. Jesus, I'm like dropping words right now. And then my second one is pressure cooker plus 1205. I have Brian Burns, Micah Parsons, Max Crosby, and George Karlaftis all over 0.25 sacks, which I think
that just means they have to get a half sack, right?
Half sack, yeah, basically. So
I don't think you can be credited anything less than that, right?
I think so. I think it's half a sack is the least you can get. So I mean, hey, if a half a sack is all they get, that's fine with me. And I think that these 4 guys can definitely do it. I know they don't usually rack up the sack numbers, but
Oh yeah. I have a football and a hockey one for you. So football, I have Kings of the Hill plus 1542. Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, George Pickens, all to record a touchdown. And I have the Blues beating the Oilers on Saturday plus 230. The Blues are hot. The Oilers are not. I just went into it about the Oilers. I think this is very doable for the Blues.
With the way the Blues are playing right now, this coaching staff, these players, I think the Blues absolutely take this.
I mean, we've taken down the Rangers, the New Jersey Devils, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Calgary Flames as of late. That's all top teams right there. Well, maybe sans the Rangers, but with an overtime loss to Philly or something, who is also hot right now, honestly. So
right.
This is a very, very good shot at hitting here. So we shall see on that, but I think that's about all from us today. So hope everyone enjoyed, and keep your eye out for our Monday episode as well.
Yeah, and despite all my sickness, hopefully I'm better in the next episode. So, but be sure to check us out: YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Prime, wherever you watch, listen. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe where applicable.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone.
Yeah, we're done rambling. Be free.